Test. Hello. Hello, chat. Okay. I had to check my audio. Hi, Blugak, Chris. Where's Chungus and Tom? I don't know. Where's Mullard? Is Mullard even alive? He broke his shoulder. He's never been the same. He got his butt fingered and then he broke his shoulder. And I don't know if the two are related. Hello, Cheese. Brennan, hell yeah, finally a notification on time. Notes to Give Tuesday. Oh, hey Mariah. I really hope it's Thursday soon, I'm very excited to hang out and go float on Saturday. Hello Moose, how are we doing today? I'm doing okay, I'm alright. Hello Ravake. And Apollo, hi. Everything is a-okay today. We're gonna have to make fun of a bunch of Europeans. But to be fair, we also have to make fun of some Americans. At least in name. Reddit Americans. After I give everybody like 2 more seconds to get in. Hello, Silver Skateboard. Any big plans for the 4th? Me and my friends are gonna be floating on a river. Getting hammered. I think that is the plan. And my wife apparently got us all matching America flag swimming suits. And sunglasses. So I'm excited for the 4th. I've not had a drink in a minute, I've not seen my friends in a while. I'm very excited to just have a nice day under the sun. Yay for Eurosism, it's coming. How's everybody else's plans for the 4th? Hey Maru. Awawa. How would I spend our birthday? Very boring birthday. Hunkered down, playing games with my wife. We played some very... She doesn't really like playing games as much as she likes just watching me struggle in Elden Ring now. And I've been back in Elden Ring, as you guys know. What was that game we played? We played a Lego game, believe it or not. And the reason is, let me see if I can find exactly the review that tipped me off to this. No. There was a Turkish review. Well, the game is you play as 2 little cubes, and I'll be honest, it's not much of a game. It's kind of very easy. There aren't very difficult puzzles or anything, but it's kind of cute. And I saw a Turkish comment saying something along the lines of, this isn't really much of a game, it's kind of for babies, which makes it perfect to play with your broad. And I thought, you know what, buddy? Perfect, because that is exactly what I was looking for. I don't want anything too complicated. But it's kind of fun. Hello, Ravens. Hello, Chungus. Hello, my Turkish... Hello, my Jewish Turk friend, he says.
Hella yes!
Donnie Dinky, thank you for the gift sub to Hella Moose. Say thank you, Hella. Lududius, hello.
Hella yes!
Kaya, it's still illegal for AC. Rip Europe. Yeah, it's actually worse. Worse than illegal. They're choosing not to have it. Yo, Kaya, I always see your live notifications, but you never appear live on my followed list. I don't know why that would be. Is it because of the content filters I have on this thing, on the stream? Because I have all the, like, bad boy stickers put on it. Politics and sensitive social issues, significant profanity or vulgarity. Can you believe it, me? Sexual themes, violent and graphic depictions. I got everything turned on, so maybe that's the reason. Or maybe Twitch is just fucking janky, who knows? Moose says thank you to Donnie Dinky. YouTube better be paying you well. I'm getting ads every 5 to 7 minutes. That is not by my choice. I don't even know if I'm getting paid for the ads on my streams. I saw some news about a Turkish guy who lived in Germany, but it wasn't about you, so I didn't pay attention enough to report to you about the story to talk about. Are you talking about the stabbing? I mean, we can start with that one. If you're so interested in what's happening in Germany, yes. There has been a mass stabbing. Sorry, wait. Not a stabbing. Silly me. Sometimes because it's Europe, I tend to forget. Oh no, actually, they do still have guns here and there. They just give the guns to the fucking illegals and whatnot. So, there was a deadly shooting in Germany. The moment attacker being taken into custody after the deadly shooting in Stade, Germany. The death toll has now risen to 6. And they're arresting him. I don't know what the cop is doing there. He's like struggling to find his handcuffs or something. Which, you know, they're kind of out of their element. I mean, for a German police officer, you have to understand, pulling somebody out of a car and arresting them on the ground, it's... Usually they're kind of used to just knocking on the doors of the elderly and arresting them for Facebook posts. So this is kind of extraordinary. Are all of these cops women? Anyway, the shooter, let's look it up. Stade, Germany, shooter. Apparently Turkish-German, a Turk who was born in Germany, so passport German, shut up a youth center. I like how the New York Times has to add the word rare mass shooting in Germany. I'm not paying for your website, fuck you. Can I open it in an archive, maybe? Hello, Rainbow. Okay, that isn't working. I'm getting cucked by paywalls today. Stade shooting, 5 dead in attack on youth center in Germany. I need to change this music. It's actually making me sleepy. I need something high energy. What is a good high energy soundtrack? Metal Gear Solid Vengeance OST. Boss themes, perfect. That's more like it. 5 people were killed and several others injured in a shooting at a youth center in the city of Stade, northern Germany on Monday, local authorities have said. Police said they have arrested the suspect gunman and another person, and there was no continued threat to the public. They said the shooting took place at a youth welfare facility for a temporary accommodation for pregnant women and young mothers with children. So what a stellar example of just integration into German society this man is. I'm trying to scan the article for a motive here. Despite its strict gun laws, Germany has a high ownership ratio, with around 1 million legal owners. The majority of the owners are sports shooters, hunters, or foresters, reported The Guardian. Gun owners are required to obtain licenses, undergo background checks, and demonstrate a legitimate reason for possessing a weapon, such as hunting. You also have to keep your ammo and gun in different safes, and you're not allowed to carry them with you or use them for self-defense or any other purposes. You're basically just allowed to shoot a duck sometimes, once a year. Pregnant women and kids, yes. And I don't know, but this article neglects to mention the origin of this shooter, so let me keep looking. Wikipedia already has an article. On 29th of June, blah blah blah. The police believe the shooting was motivated by a child custody dispute. Background. Germany has strict firearm regulations and a relatively low rate of gun violence, compared to many other countries. Despite this, rare incidents involving mass shootings have occurred. Why are these articles like half running fucking defense for Germany? Hey, I'm trying to educate myself on this mass shooting that happened in your country. Could you tell me what happened? Yeah, so first of all, we don't have mass shootings, okay? Guns are totally inaccessible in our country, yeah? So don't get the idea that this is just something that happens, okay? Your school shootings are actually just way worse. Dude, just say what happens. 45-year-old Turkish citizen born in Germany, residing in Hanover. He had been under investigation for threats since April 2026 and did not have a firearm license, with the origin of the weapon used in the shooting being under investigation. He got his hands on a weapon despite all the strict laws. But that's illegal. How is that possible? How did he do it, chat? How did he get his hands on a fucking firearm in Germany? He was accompanied by a 65-year-old woman from Bremen who had driven the car during the escape. He had a 65-year-old lady getaway driver. She was identified as the suspect's family counselor. And you just fucking know that this is a boomer German. She is a blood German. You just know it. This is like Gertrude. Her name is fucking Gertrude. Okay? One of her ancestors pulled the fucking levers on the Auschwitz gas chambers, and she's just a pure born and bred goddamn German by blood. Probably blue-eyed and blonde, and here she is, decades later, generations later, just aiding and abetting in the murder of German children. Because this is what the fucking death generation does now. Can I find a photo of this bitch?
Nach Schüssen in einer Mutter-Kind-Wohngruppe in Stade mit 6 Toten werden immer mehr Details bekannt. Der mutmaßliche Täter kommt aus der Region Hannover. Die mutmaßliche Fluchtfahrerin, eine 65-Jährige, kommt aus Bremen. Das haben die Ermittlungsbehörden auf Nachfrage von Buten und Bin bestätigt. Demnach soll sie eine enge Verbindung zur Familie des Verdächtigen haben und als Familienberaterin tätig sein.
She had a close relationship to the family and was basically a counselor to the family. Because, you know, you just have to... I don't know what it is with, like, immigrants and needing counselors, too. It's just none of them are self-sufficient or able to stand on their own feet. They need a nanny. All of them need fucking nannies. Even when this motherfucker, this 45-year-old, was born in Germany, it says. Born in Germany. 45 fucking years. I guarantee you this motherfucker basically... If at all, he speaks broken German. If he speaks it at all. Multiple kilometers from the attack, one of their tires blew. And that's when they got arrested. So this video of them arresting them... Where did that go? Did I close it? This video of them arresting was only possible because they blew a tire out. Otherwise, the German cops wouldn't have even caught them. 65-year-old granny. And the cops were about to lose them, and the only reason they caught them and brought them to justice, quote-unquote, is sheer luck. Look at them. One cop struggling to find her handcuffs. The other cop is like, I don't even know what the fuck she's doing like a little girly run. There's another girl in the back doing a run. There's a fat one, which you probably can't even see on stream properly, but there's like a juggernaut. There's a huge fucking butterball rolling down the road. And there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cops. Oh, like, oh my god, what are we doing? Incredible shit. Good job, Germany. Good stuff. Fucking lolcow country. What the hell is going on? Alright. Atomic handed out so generously 10 tier 1 gift subs. Thank you, Atomic. 2. Ilo Man. Q Blazy Q. The Father Brock PK1et. The fuck is your username? Excessivarinen? You know what? You don't say thank you. You just change your username into something legible. Yxisarvinen204. I can't use K ... Nikki Jess. Johnny Dankins. I'm fucking retarded. Johnny Dankins. And I need to stop scrolling around. Schmokes and Oma. Everybody say thank you. If we're talking about Germany being a lolcow country, we have to look at Drachenlord. That is one of the lolcows I've yet to look into. I'm not knowledgeable enough about them, but I can't keep going about Germany since we're on the topic now. So, Germany, yeah. Germany is currently on fire. So here's a tweet somebody made, alright? This is in German. Thank God for modern day technology. I can translate this for you guys in real time. So, it says, hold on. Virus protection is out of date. Get the fuck out of here. Not the time. On the ICE Berlin-Hamburg, ICE is the intercity, the nationwide basically train system that the Germans have. Berlin to Hamburg, people are packed in tightly. All toilets are locked. The bistro is closed. One car unusable due to a broken air conditioner. People are sitting on the floor too. Emergency exits are blocked. The displays aren't working. Upcoming toilet stop at the station. Now here's a little wrinkle, chat. The upcoming toilet stop, it was clogged. It was out of commission. It wasn't working. And something you learn about Germans, by the way, if you ever end up living there, a harsh lesson I had to learn. Every single time you hear about like Nazism and fascism and how, well, at least the trains run on time, Germans cannot make their trains run on time ever. I don't remember the last time I've ever gotten on maybe the subway, but the last time I've ever gotten on a train in Germany that was on time and that wasn't delayed randomly for like minimum half an hour. Minimum half an hour, usually half an hour to an hour. Everything is always delayed because they always have some sort of a maintenance issue on the tracks. It is a very extremely common experience for you to be on a train or on the subway and all of a sudden there will be an announcement saying, yeah, we have to stop the train / the subway real quick for a little bit because there's a maintenance work on the rails. We're sorry, ladies and gentlemen passengers, we'll be right back on our journey. And every single time, you're always fucking late. So if you have to make them... If you're going to the airport or anything, you kind of have to account for it at this point. You have to just account for, the German subway system. Gonna be half an hour to an hour late, so leave home an hour early. Which if you're going to the airport, you should do anyway, but you get the point. Here's the fun part, chat. This tweet, you guys don't know this, because you're not obsessed with hating on Germany as much as I am. This tweet was withheld in Germany. Now, you may be wondering, what the fuck do you mean withheld in Germany? You guys don't know this, but I'll teach you. In Germany... Thank you. Always takes me out of the moment. But thank you, Peppers, for the 7 Canadian buckaroos, says Maid. I wonder if that's like a bannable offense if I reported you. Is that like the equivalent of saying kill yourself? KYS? Hello, Joshua. Thank you. So in Germany, you can report tweets to basically the German equivalent of X's or Twitter's support, or Facebook's support, or Instagram, or whatever, every other social media site. Now, X itself doesn't give a fuck, right? X is run by an autistic lolbertarian Elon Musk. He doesn't give a shit. But the German government forces X to take down anything that is offensive to the German regime, to the German government. So what happens is that the tweets stay up for people like me who are browsing Twitter from an American IP address, which is why I can read this tweet. But if you're in Germany and you open this tweet on a German IP address, this is what you get. This post from Alex Steske has been withheld in Germany based on local laws. I noticed this the first time years and years ago because it would happen to me. Because fucking Redditors would report my tweets in German. Like, they would use a German VPN address to report my tweets to the German section, basically, of the Twitter report algorithm. And would have my tweets revoked in Germany only. I think you can even do it if you're not on a German VPN. Hold on. Let me go to Stealthy Geek here. Let me pick a random tweet of this. Oh, not Stealthy Toilet. Lolcows do not exist, stalker. Let's see, report posts. You might have to still be on civic integrity, impersonation, illegal and regulated behaviors? Oh no! Oh, damn it, that actually just straight up reported him. Well, I mean, he is making threats and kept telling people that their lives are over and that they're going to be dead soon, so maybe, you know. Didn't mean to false report, but sorry, Pat. I was just trying to see if there was a next screen or something for the Euros. Anyway, you get the idea. You can literally have entire fucking tweets censored in Germany by reporting them like this. So here is a person saying... It's the same guy. For 400 kilometers, the train today takes 7.5 hours from Leipzig to Hamburg. Price 146 euros. And this is what it looked like. Oh, wait. I didn't even show you guys the photos, actually. I just skimmed over it, didn't I? My bad. Look at this. Tightly packed, people sitting on the floors. They're all sweating. Not looking too happy. They're not looking too miserable. At least they have, like, drinks here. You know, they have, like, something to eat and stuff. That's something. The famous German in the US, Freddy, deleted his Twitter. How come? I hate that. Stupid fucking Kickbot. I know, I was literally just unlocked by that. I got 500 subs on the line. If you need content for the next 20 minutes, kill yourself, Kick. Leave my fucking stream alone, like I don't already get enough bots from your goddamn website. Fuck you. By the way, I've since entirely given up on Kick. I wanted to kind of use Kick because I thought, okay, you know what, at least I can say like retard and faggot on there, but... Turns out no one really cares all that much to report me on YouTube, on Twitch anyway, so I might as well just keep using those as my main platform, so whatever. Anyway, the train is packed. The toilet is out of order. Toilet is out of order. Everybody's packed like sardines. Here's a lady smiling, looking, saying, basically as if to say, ha, yeah, can't even buy anything here, not even a sandwich. The AC is defect. Please use a different wagon. Dear guests, blah, blah, blah. This damage was already reported. Please don't report it again. We are working on getting you a swift resolution to this problem, and they have the entire wagon cordoned off because their AC doesn't work. So here we are now in Hamburg, this person says. Here's what it looks like. Or on the train to Hamburg, rather. People just watching movies. You just know it reeks in there too. With like the AC half broken and whatnot. The toilets are clogged. Extremely packed. I don't know where all of these people are going. This looks like hell. By the way, this reminds me of another reason that this entire, like, whenever Europeans make fun of Americans for not having more public transit, and they completely misidentify the reason why America doesn't have public transit, and they try to blame it on some sort of a, like, capitalist conspiracy theory by Ford or something, like big car is just keeping trains and buses away from the population rather than it being a demographics issue. Every time they make fun of Americans for not having public transit, I remember COVID. Because during COVID, they had to shut all of this shit down. Can you imagine this right now, during the next pandemic? Whether it's fucking chickenpox or that hentai virus or whatever the hell they were calling it. Can you imagine having to live like this? Everybody sneezing and farting and sweating on each other. They were literally, during COVID, German news outlets were telling people, do not go on the train. Nein, do not go on the train. You have to sit in your own car. Drive your own car. Please, please. That's always what this reminds me of. Very packed. He's lingering on that lady a little extra. Does not look too cozy, chat. Can I please not spill shit? I like your stream thumbnails, Kaya. Thank you. Hello, Arc Addict. Smoke Elijah says, modern countries should be required to enforce the US First Amendment on American social media platforms. They're trying to do the opposite, bro. They're trying... Shitholes like Germany and Europe in general, and especially the UK, are trying to enforce their own fashy speech regulations on America. Which is why American tech companies like X and Facebook and all the rest of them are currently in so many fucking legal disputes. It's not just Elon. It's all of them. They're all in legal disputes with multiple European countries telling them, hey, we are an American company. Like, you may not like it, but you don't get to literally censor American citizens. And they don't give a shit. They don't give a fuck, which is why you get tweets like this or processes like this where they can literally just ban tweets in their own jurisdictions. All right. Let's continue with some more German hate. In Germany, they're now shutting down the grocery store refrigerators, chat. You can no longer buy ice cream because if you open the ice cream door, it will melt, obviously, because they cannot even afford to keep their goddamn refrigerators and freezers running in the grocery stores. Only in Germany, says this guy, can you be unable to buy ice cream at the Rewe at 40 degrees Celsius, which is 104 in freedom units. You know, exactly the kind of temperature where an ice-cold tub of ice cream would hit real good. Because the store has no air conditioning and they had to turn the refrigerators off. Sehr geehrte Kunden, bitte lassen Sie die Schränke geschlossen. Dear customers, please leave the fridges closed because otherwise the wares will do a melting. This is broken German too, by the way. Your Rewe team. Don't worry. Don't worry, chat. It's not just the young ones. It's not just us people suffering. The boomers are... At least they are also getting hit here a little bit. Can I translate this? Retirement home residents collapse due to heat. This is a German news outlet. The rooms of a retirement home in Dormagen are heating up to 35 degrees, which is like roughly 100, I guess. After a resident dies, it is determined whether they died as a result of the temperatures. In Krefeld, several senior citizens suffer a collapse in a care facility. In senior citizens' facilities in North Rhine-Westphalia, numerous residents with health problems have been moved from overheated building areas. A resident died during the night. Whether the heat was the cause is still unknown, said a spokesman for the city. Yeah, look, we don't know if it was the heat, just because he's, like, obviously charred and looks a little brown, and, you know, it just happens sometimes people spontaneously combust. That's because he's as dry as beef jerky doesn't mean that it was the heat, yeah. In the morning, a decision was made to take comprehensive precautionary measures. Spoiler alert, the precautionary measure was to evacuate them. Forces have been deployed in the overheated building, which houses around 160 senior citizens. According to the sources close to the fire brigade operation, the city spokesman described after an emergency meeting that enormous temperatures of up to 35 degrees had occurred. Dozens more residents had to be moved to other rooms by the fire departments. 5 residents of the ward located in the attic were taken to the hospital. The attic? What is Germany doing? 40 senior citizens were able to be distributed to other rooms on cooler floors. First world country, supposedly, by the way, chat. Okay, modern country. This is not a developing country. You might... One of these days, I'm gonna prank you guys, and I'm just going to Control F, or like, I'm going to inspect elements and replace some words here, and I'm going to just make it say like Bangladesh or something. I'm gonna replace Germany with Morocco. Or Nigeria, and then I'm gonna read it, and you guys are gonna be like, African shithole. And then I'm going to epically own you guys by hitting F5 and refreshing the page and showing you, oh, actually, it's white people in Europe that are doing this. Living like fucking Stone Age savages. Living like goddamn savages. How else are the Germans fucking up, you might wonder, my good friends? Kaya, tell us more. Kaya, please keep making fun of them. Please humiliate them. Their sweet German tears, Kaya. Yeah, I love humiliating the Deutschland. Their train tracks are melting. The train tracks are melting. Specifically, the lubricant inside the train tracks and between the train tracks. So it's not the steel itself. Although the steel itself is also bending and apparently creating like little like hills, essentially breaking out of the ground. They're not melting, but the lubricant is. And it's spilling out of the train tracks. Now, in case you don't know, in machinery like this, especially heavy machinery, which, as an autist, I know a thing or two about trains. So here's a fun fact about trains that they don't tell you often. They're really heavy. So it's heavy machinery, okay, chat? And you want heavy machinery to generally be lubricated properly. And here's the lubricant melting out of the fucking train tracks. Beautiful. Just gulping and spazzing all over the goddamn ground. I wonder how much of an environmental disaster this is, by the way. Kind of reminds me of when BP would spill oil all over the place. Spill their spaghetti. Let's see. Time to ban the green movement cult. Good luck, fat chance. The Germans understand this. Sorry, my ear was itchy. Apollo says, Kaya, I sent you a video for stream. Let me see. Check DMs, he says. While Europe suffers from scorching heat, videos of Chinese farmers go viral, where even piggies enjoy working AC on a hot summer day.
In rural China, due to the increasing temperature, the farmers had to install air conditioning for the pigs. In China, this kind of air conditioner usually costs only €100.
Okay, they're installing AC for their pigs. I mean, a lot of countries have dunked on Germany at this point, Europe in general, because even, again, the global south, you have a bunch of Mexicans chiming and saying, we literally treat our fucking barn animals better than you guys treat your humans. What the hell is wrong with you? I wouldn't use China as an example because China is just full of sadists that ordinarily torture their animals, so I would imagine after this was turned off, they'd just torment those poor pigs, but point remains. And here's the thing, talking about pigs, Germans are belligerent, truculent. I've learned a new word recently. Obstreperous pigs. I learned the word. I don't remember how to spell it. Obstreperous. Did I get it right? I think so. Marked by unruly or aggressive noisiness, stubbornly resistant to control. Well, they're not resistant to control. They're more resistant to, like, common sense. Here's a German saying, AC will fix it, aye? Completely missing the point in their smugness as usual. Always missing the fucking smugness. Why aren't the streets melting in the US, huh? I wonder, my dear German friend. No, seriously though, why is this not happening in the US where the weather is way hotter? Where the weather is way hotter, it's way more humid, it's much more unbearable. How come this shit doesn't happen in the US? Well, the US has been prepared for hot weather. And Germany hasn't. Nobody's saying that AC is going to fix their fucking train tracks. That is just something you have to do in addition, but Europeans don't want to listen. What is this? German public broadcaster begins anti-AC campaign. Okay, so let me pull this up. You guys last stream didn't believe me when I told you guys that I had to pay for a TV license in Germany. And many places in Europe still have to pay for a TV license. It doesn't matter if you're watching TV, the telly, you still have to pay for the license. Okay? You get a letter in the mail every fucking month telling you, okay, you owe this much money this month for your fucking fake-ass German Netflix subscription. Government Netflix subscription. That money is paying for this government propaganda. The German government is intentionally spreading misinformation, saying that ACs don't make your home cooler. I seen another poster that I was too lazy to dig into it and look it up again, but I've seen one of these posters in this exact style saying that AC actually heats your home up, because while the AC is running, it generates heat because it's an electrical appliance. So it generates heat inside of your house, thus actually counterintuitively making the home hotter. This is the level of disinformation that the German government thinks its subjects, its peasants, will eat the fuck up. And you know what? They're right. The Germans do eat it up. Because they're natural slaves, as Nietzsche called them, and Aristotle. ACs, what cools us down heats up the planet. Sometimes it just doesn't go without. But the dilemma, more AC means more climate change because of CO2 emissions. Calculations show an increase of 0.05 degrees by 2050 if everybody uses AC, by the way. Or it says, in case electricity worldwide continues to be 2/3 of fossil fuels. Generated from fossil fuels, which it always will as long as China exists and as long as we do not like forcibly depopulate China and turn them all into biodiesel. This is not going to fucking change. Anyway, some German lady saw this and says, and for what? With good reason. Air conditioners exacerbate the climate crisis. Citizens could downplay climate change if they could simply retreat to a pleasantly tempered home. During the worst heat wave of all time, that would be a fatal signal. We must all make sacrifices now. Yeah, and the German comes out. We must all make sacrifices, my friends. Yeah. If the elderly have to die, then that is a sacrifice we have to make. Which, this is my conspiracy theory now, by the way. The reason that the German government, you might be thinking, okay, why the fuck, Kaya? Why is the German government, like, intentionally spreading genuine disinformation? Like, this is a disinformation. This is an actual genuine psyop. Like, this is the level of thing that you would expect from the CIA to do in an enemy state. So why is the German government itself doing this to its citizens? Spreading disinformation that AC would only heat their homes up, and you don't want that. It's scary. It'll kill you. My conspiracy theory is that the German... Do you guys remember the Kurzgesagt video? Where even Kurzgesagt had to admit that Germany is so elderly heavy now that it's cooking Germany. And Germany's welfare system is no longer equipped to deal with an entire generation of this many elderly people who are becoming a burden on the state and are becoming a burden on the system. I think this is the German government's way of weeding out the fucking boomers. I think they want all of the boomers and all of the elderly to just die off in this heat wave. In the next couple of summers, they're like, yeah, no. AC is totally, it's just like, no, we can't like do that. That's just like really bad for the environment. And also, you know, it kills off all the fucking grannies and grandpas. Huh? What's that, Hans? No. Anyway, that's my conspiracy theory. Number 2, which is not a conspiracy theory, is that the German electrical grid can actually not sustain everybody owning an AC. So it would technically not even be possible. They don't generate enough electricity. The German electricity grid is not modernized enough to be able to support that much AC. Oh, and if you want sort of a more jingoistic perspective for me, I'm thinking the other reason that Germans fall for this sort of shit and Europeans in general do is because I think, like, whenever America started as a country 250 years ago, I think all of the, like, forward-thinking risk-takers just left America. Left for America. They left Europe for America, and all you have left behind in Europe is now, like, the genetic stock is just made up of sheepish, meek, fucking natural slaves. Who are just too terrified of trying anything new and trying technology as a solution to things. So instead they kick and scream and they type retarded shit like this. You are the last on the planet. You Americans are the last on the planet to preach to us Europeans, or anyone else for that matter, on just about anything. A 250-year-old toddler rolling on the floor in a mall, crying, shouting to a 2,000-year-old grandparent. Buy AC or else. You're nothing. And what do you say to this? What do you say to this level of smugness, chat? Besides, fine. Burn then. I don't know. I don't care anymore. Okay, fine. Whatever, dude. Like, you're elderly and you're babies. Just last week, we were talking about how they don't even have AC in maternity wards in the hospitals. Like, German hospitals don't have AC. It's sick. Genuinely sick. It's bizarre. It's genuinely fucking sick and bizarre. Here, check this out. Check this image out. Are you ready for the humiliation? Are you ready for the humiliation? The recently built cardiac unit of the Düsseldorf University Hospital in Germany, where heart surgery is performed, is currently measuring 38 degrees Celsius, over 100 Fahrenheit. Relatives in Germany are being asked to bring ice packs from home, and staff are using, quote, cooling vests. This is a real photo. I looked this up. Now, here's the thing. Are you ready for the most humiliating community notes of the history of Germany, chat? So here's a bunch of nurses in their cooling vests with... God knows what this is even... Is this frozen piss? Who knows? It's the Germans. They like piss play, right? Now check out the community notes. Photos actually show an August 2025 cooling vest trial for nursing staff, not a June 2026 event. Nothing supports the claims that the cardiac surgery unit had 38 degrees Celsius or that relatives were asked to bring ice packs. So the community note says... Yeah, the photo is real, but actually it's from last year, chuds, so epically debunked. Epically debunked, yeah. This is... Nine, yeah. This is not a real photo from this year, nine, yeah. It's actually from last year, and since last year we did not learn anything. Any lessons. Incredible. Thank you for epically owning us in the community notes. Thank you, Germany. Very cool. How fucking pathetic. Genuinely doing this instead of having AC. Again, this is something that I would find extremely natural and normal if you said, oh, this is some village. This is a village in, like, Zimbabwe, right? Epic debunker, yeah. Epic debunker-rooney. All of us got fucking owned epic style by Snopes fact check in the community notes here. Thank you. If you told me this is what's happening in Zimbabwe, I'd be in support of this. I'd be like, oh, man, good for them. Good for those ladies. Like, they're just trying to make do with their fucking means, you know? I'm sure there's people that need cardiac surgery in Zimbabwe, right? They probably have, like, one doctor to split among the entire nation. They've probably never even seen a fucking scalpel or anything, or, like, a microscope. So, like, good for them, I guess. Trying to make a do. But this is Germany. It's Germany, like, supposedly a first world nation. Supposedly, like, a developed nation, not a developing nation. But no, this is what they're doing. They were just trialing it, actually. In Vienna, in the meantime, people are ratting neighbors out to... people are ratting out neighbors who installed Midea Porta splits, which is a popular brand and model of AC in Germany right now. And the prices apparently jumped from like 900 euros to over 2,000 now. Anyway, here's somebody reporting somebody else's AC, saying... probably a not authorized AC. This person is texting to the city services, I guess? The city inspectors, and they say, we have begun processing your report. Thank you very much. Your city service, Wien. Yeah, Wien. So people are snitching each other out. I actually told my German relative. So chat, if you guys remember, on my last birthday, around this time last year, around my last birthday, chat, you guys remember maybe what happened? What had happened, chat? Is that I was in a chat, in a call. Sorry, I thought there was something wrong with my thing. I was on a call with somebody who called me to say happy birthday, and somehow, as Europeans do, they belligerently bring up their dog shit fucking retarded lip shit politics for no reason all the goddamn time. And I'm now at the age where I don't put up with it anymore. Okay, normally for 34 fucking years I had bitten my tongue. As I imagine a lot of you guys are familiar with this feeling when your liberal family members just for no fucking reason start going off about politics. Or they say something so goddamn horrific and they just assume like it's okay to say. Like, haha, make America aim again, am I right? When is somebody finally gonna take that orange Cheeto out? And you'll be sitting there like, I was just having Thanksgiving dinner. Where the fuck did that come from? I have the exact same similar experience when I'm just like talking to my German relatives in Germany for no fucking reason. It'll be, like I said, I'm on the phone with them expecting like, hey, happy birthday, kid. And instead I get like, last year what happened is I was getting nagged at about fucking Palestine. And I got stun locked. Like, weren't you like calling to ask me how me and my wife are doing? How the fuck did this suddenly turn into me getting nagged about like, be really careful, Trump is like deporting people who are critical of Israel, you know, because of the genocide. And I said, I don't give a shit. That's not a thing that happens. That is not real. Stop watching television. I actually stood up for myself, which shut them the fuck up because they're never used to anybody standing up to them. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, I'm still bitter about that, chat. I'm still bitter about that. That's how petty I am, okay? So this year, same exact person sends me a message on Signal, says, happy birthday. And I decided, you know what, you dickhead? This time, I'm gonna make it political. And so I replied to them with a very condescending, belligerent, politically cheeky message. And I said, oh, thank you so much. By the way, I heard that you Germans were going through some sort of a heat wave. Hey, do you remember that mobile AC that I left behind? If you want, like, you have my permission to use that if it's still in storage someplace. Just make sure to use it discreetly because apparently your government forbids you peasants from using it. And I hit send and I didn't even feel bad. The most condescending fucking message. The most, I'm going to belittle you. I'm going to talk down to you. Oh yeah, happy birthday? Yeah, here's why your government and your politics fucking suck. Yeah, happy birthday to me, bitch. Remember when you did that? We don't have to do this. We can just talk with our fucking politics, but if this is the new rules, then okay. Anyway, that was extremely petty of me. Is the point. And you know what? I liked it. I enjoyed it. I hit send, and I was like, watching my phone chat. I was watching my phone, like, waiting for the notification. Like, I'm waiting for a reply. Like, okay, come on, say something. Yeah, go on. I don't have read receipts, but I know you're gonna see that message, and I know it's gonna murph you. You're gonna get miffed, I know it. Yeah. So that's what the Germans are doing. Not to be left behind, chat, the French are also awful. So, let me pull them up real quick here. My god, are the French awful. You may have seen this already, perhaps. So let me start with this. Let me show you how hot it is now in France. Here's a dude. I apologize for the French.
Et juste ici, la poêle qui reste en plein soleil. Et juste là, la canicule est toujours juste au-dessus. C'est parti, on fait griller du bacon.
And he's making bacon. I don't even know if that's bacon, or if it's just like whatever the fuck the Europeans like to slice themselves up. It looks kind of
voilà, ça grille tranquille.
Sad and small.
On va rajouter un petit œuf, histoire d'avoir...
He's making himself an omelette on his windowsill. Because that's how hot it is on his windowsill. So he can literally use a frying pan to make himself eggs and bacon. I assume he's saying something here like, look how hot it is. Han 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 in French.
Here's
another egg.
En ce moment, c'est la canicule. Et regardez ce qui se passe. Si
he got a government permit to crack a second egg in one day. Did you guys know that the German recommended amount of eggs for human consumption is... not a joke, 1 a week. 1 a week. A food item loaded with nutrients. All of that shit that you may have heard from your boomer parents about cholesterol, entirely debunked. Hasn't been a thing for like 20 fucking years. Entirely debunked. It's not bad for you. Like, you don't have to separate the yolk from the fucking white or anything. Loaded with nutrients. Most of all, choline, which is great for pregnant ladies. Perfect food. Low calorie, protein rich. Perfect nutrient food. Germans believe 1 a week. Enough. Anyway.
Voilà.
Makes his omelet, this Frenchman. On his windowsill. Which at least he's like saving on electricity, right? For his stove. What is this? Is this also French? In France, they're against air conditioning because of energy use and climate change. A really super spicy summer, right? I assume that the original French didn't say spicy, but... 36 to 38 degrees, and people are dropping dead from heat stroke all of a sudden. Again, reminder for my American friends. 38 degrees Celsius is 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
Sur ce brancard, une femme de 72 ans qu'il faut à tout prix rafraîchir.
Man, I wish Twitter had automatic English dubbing.
La situation est critique.
Le pronostic vital est engagé, ça c'est évident.
Victime d'un très gros coup de chaleur dans son appartement, sa famille a appelé le SAMU.
1, 2, 3.
À son arrivée aux urgences de Châteauroux.
Ew, they would really have to zoom in on his toes.
Là, elle est à 42, la dame, il faut faire quelque chose.
Okay, listen, I have to admit to you guys, I do not speak French, so I suppose there's no point in watching this. I imagine, if I had to guess, oh yeah, the elderly, they are passing out because they are so hot, and we bring them to the hospital. We're in the hospital, we also do not have air conditioning, so instead we douse them in ice cubes, and the ice cubes are expensive. We had to go in government permission to have ice cubes in our hospital ward.
Au moindre signe de déshydratation,
And they're saving lives, I
les
suppose.
infirmières posent des personnes.
People coming in with heat strokes. Not enough, though, chat, because, according to PBS, France records around 1,000 additional deaths as extreme heat sets European records. Now, you might be thinking, 1,000? Holy shit, Kaya, like across all of the last decade or something? No, just the last week. Weeka. W-E-E-K. 1 week of heat. 1,000 additional fucking deaths. And these motherfucking cocksuckers have the audacity to do the whole, oh yeah, but at least our children don't die in school shootings. Even though they do. As we just showed at the beginning, you still have fucking shootings in Germany. So they don't even get that bragging point anymore. Like, 6 times as many fucking people die of heat stroke in Europe than like people die of gun-related violence in America. Which, by the way, if you recall me going over those statistics, citing an infinite amount of sources, I'm pretty sure I cited like 30 fucking articles and studies that day. If you recall, a significant chunk, if not the majority of those gun deaths, by the way, were suicide. So I'm not even going to count those. Because that's like, as we now know, MAID is completely legitimate. If you want to kill yourself, that's like super duper noble and woke and like red-pilled and shit and good, actually. So not even counting those, that means that gun-related deaths in the US are even lower and lower than anything experienced in Europe. So they're fucking rotting over there. They're boiling. They're rotting, chat. But here's a little bit of hope for you bachelors. Raise your hands in the chat. Men. So here's somebody named Phony says, I realize I haven't been complaining enough. So to sum up the situation in my apartment, 44 degrees outside, 47 degrees inside. 47 C2F. That is a lot. 116 Fahrenheit. The Wi-Fi has been down 3 days because of the heat. Couldn't install Deltarune. My induction cooktop no longer works because it detects overheating. I can't. Well, at least she can use her windowsill. She can just go outside and make her omelets and bacon on the pavements, right? Just like in a modern society. I can't put anything in my fridge door because it's too hot. All the elements in my apartment are around 40 degrees. Everything is too hot to the touch. Even burning depending on the surfaces. Anyway, thanks to the 3rd floor right under my roof with no insulation. If you listen to some people here, they're calling us liars. Bachelor friends, you can adopt this French foidling. Alright, if you're brave enough, you can fix her. You can fix Europe. You can start chatting this Frenchling up on Discord or whatever French Discord they have. And invite her. You can fly her out to whatever. Fly her out to Ohio. Fly her out to Kentucky. Fly her out to you. And show her. Rescue this fair maiden. Adopt this little maiden. Free her from her AC-less slavery, chat. For you bachelors out there. Don't let this opportunity slip. And it's kind of similar to, if you guys watch 90 Day Fiancé on TLC, what the rich white dudes do is they basically adopt slum flowers from the Philippines. They'll adopt these like 20-something-year-old cute Filipinas who live on basically, they have like a GDP of $7 a year. So these rich white boomers will periodically just adopt some Filipina teenage chick and fly them out to America and just marry them and have sex with them. You too can do this now because turns out France is basically the Philippines. My future Ohio queen says Smoke Elijah. I'll bring her to Texas. France loves Texas. They love Louisiana too. In case you happen to be there, you can adopt Phony here. Your free French foit Phony to fornicate with. You can adopt her. Future tattoo artist. Top 129 best human being. Part-time alcoholic. Full-time depressive. Ooh, she's BPD. Out the ass too, so you're gonna have fun with her for at least a little bit. And then she's gonna ruin your life. Okay, she's just tweeting in French too much. To respond to the masses, let's see what she has to say. No, I can't buy an AC. I've been looking for a job very actively since February. She needs a patron. She needs a patron saint, man. Friends helped me pay my last rent and I basically feed him pasta. Feed him pasta? It's just impossible in my situation. I don't even have 20 bucks in my account. But on the other hand, I didn't know I could contact the owners. I'm with an agency, so I hope it's not gonna be too much of a hassle, but I'll see about taking the steps. Don't worry, I sometimes crash at friends' places or else I try to get out of the house. I don't buy alcohol and even less so at the bar. It's friends who buy me a drink when we meet up and I go to the bar very often with water as my only drink for the whole evening. Question mark, saying that I don't set my priorities as a whatever, okay. I guess people were bullying her about the alcoholic thing in her bio. I don't want her anymore, says Big Juice. Crazy thing to say. The stakes are made. Indeed, indeed. There are many like this. There are many like Phony. Pronouns any. Oh no. She might actually ruin your life if... Oh, geez. Yeah, she will. Oof. Yikes. Well, you can have your... burnt out hair strands. Looks like the... What is it? The Crow? Was it The Crow with that guy that killed himself? That movie? Under a... What is it with women and Jaeger? Jaeger is fucking disgusting. I think women like it because women like to eat like children. They love candy. I was talking to my wife. She put in our group chat about how she wants to make Jell-O shots for our floating trip for 4th of July. And I said, like, Jell-O shots are so overrated. They usually taste like ass and it's just such a waste of booze and it is so inefficient. But, you know, it's like, yeah, okay. I get why women like it because it's basically eating like candy. It's an easy way for them to take a shot, essentially. But, like, I don't know. Just learn to enjoy the taste of hand sanitizer in your mouth like us men do. All right? Bro, that's an Adam's apple? I think you guys are overanalyzing. You guys think this is a troon? Let's see. Let's investigate. Let's... Transvestigation. Huh. That's what it's like to be a punk alcoholic homeless chick with a dog tattoo. Go get a job, move out, and buy an AC, bum. Wow. The internet is mean. I could have added shitty tranny bitch 2 and talked about my relationship with my dad. You missed the chance. It is a tranny. Aww. Oh yeah, I mean, some of you guys are into it. Don't fucking act like you guys don't like femboys. Fuck you. You don't want this... Fine, never mind. I give up, actually. What does this say? Who said I was trans? What? Getting mixed signals here. Maybe she's not. But she's hinting at it. It's the hairstyle. That's true. It's the like hay hair, right? A lot of them have this hay hair because men generally never really learn. They never get socialized growing up the way girls do into like taking care of long hair. Because most men never have long hair. And most men who do have long hair, usually they just let it basically get all frumpy and fucked up and burnt. So it's very, very often the case that if you see straw hair like this, it's usually a moid. Well, you'll be happy to know, chat, that France is blaming the US. Yes, really. And yes, of course. Of course. The deputy mayor of Paris, Audrey Pulvar, says the US bears a significant amount of responsibility for global warming and the recent heat wave in France. You know. Which, of course, caused all sorts of AI-generated memes. It is our fault in America. Every time I crank up the AC, it just... Or crank down the AC, rather. I'm killing countless boomers in France and Germany. And I feel zero guilt, chat. When I saw this headline, I immediately thought of Kaya. It's the hairstyle. Stuff a bitch. As we all know, the US controls the temperature of the sun. Yeah, the US also apparently controls China, dumping literally like 1000% of everybody else's carbon emissions into the atmosphere every single day. Somehow always America's fault. And you just know, if you ask this bitch, this would somehow be Donald Trump's fault and or Elon Musk. Somehow this would be Elon Musk's fault. The guy who's literally decarbonizing the car industry, somehow he would be at fault because the French cannot put AC in their hospitals, because the Germans cannot put AC into their old folks' homes. Here is somebody called the Ginger Minge, the Angry Minge, at a soccer match in America. Yes, he's in America. YouTuber Angry Ginge was absolutely pissed after confronting a guy who made a racist comment about Ghanaians. Is that really what you call them? Ghanaians? Oh wow, it is. How the fuck do you say that? Ghanaian. Ghanaians during the England-Ghana World Cup match, only for stadium stewards to refuse to kick him out after he reported him. Here's him having a little hissy fit.
Is that being racist? So we're
being racist.
I'm reporting to steward because kick it out is the saying. I will stand by that. So he's gone now getting supervised, and we'll see what.
The man sat in front was making incredibly racist comments towards the Ghanaian national team. Due to this, it was only right for me to stand up and deal with this. Watch how the stewards deal with this. It is actually embarrassing.
I'm sorry about my comment about Ghana. It won't happen again.
No, it won't happen again because you're going to get thrown out, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
Why can't we not just forget about it?
Forget about you being racist? No, mate. Don't be racist. Well, don't be racist. Well, the steward said that he can't kick him out or something. So. Can we grab a pic? Yeah, just 1 minute, mate. To the steward.
Jim, do you want to see?
Yeah, I'll be down in a minute.
First exposure to free speech indeed. Look at this fucking Karen. And how befuddled he is by the factoid that the steward was like, what do you want us to do about it? Go away. There's like 1 million people in here right now. Like, what the... We're not going to hunt down people for heckling.
He's just got back now. That guy for being racist. Yeah, so I'm getting a team to get him out. Okay.
Big Juice says, gonna DoorDash with you on the radio. Gonna make their food taste better.
No worries. Big fan. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Keep it up. So we'll see what happens. Apparently the steward said that he can't kick him out unless he does it again. I said, there's no way on earth. All of us have heard it. He's kind of got to go. So we're getting a team to kick him out.
He gotta go.
I don't know, we'll see. And they tried to get me to do a video to promote his brand as well. Some cool... I'll try and find the name of the brand. It's run by a racist, so we'll try and expose everything we can. It's absolutely not good enough from the American stewards. The message before the games are always in football is kick it out. If you see it, say it. I've gone and reported it. The guy, he's not been kicked out of the stadium. We saw him as we left. He's been able to watch the whole game after some of the things he was saying about the Ghana team. I'm not going to repeat. I think it's absolute fucking disgrace. He's been able to stay in.
Absolute fucking disgrace. He's allowed to stay in. Look at this Karen. Certified faggot moment. What kind of a loser? By the way, I don't know if you guys caught it. He censors the guy's face. And the guy is like... Look at him.
My comment about Ghana. It won't happen.
I'm sorry about the comment, man. It won't happen again. He's apologetic. He's like, sorry, man. All right, my bad. He's not even being an asshole about it. He's like, okay, dude, I got a little too heated. Sorry. Sorry, man. It won't happen again. He says sorry. He apologizes properly. In proper English, he says, my bad, man. All right, whatever. And the fucking Ginger Minge is like, whoa. Not good enough, I'm still gonna have you thrown out. What an asshole, what a douchebag.
No, it won't happen again because you're going to get thrown out, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
Why can't we not just forget about it?
Can we not just forget about it? Like, can we not just get over this? Are you for real?
Forget about you being from the American stewards. The message before the games are always in football is kick it out. If you see it, say it. I've gone and reported it. The guy, he's not been kicked out of the stadium. We saw him as we left. He's been able to watch the whole game after some of the things he was saying about the Ghana team. I'm not going to repeat. I think it's absolute fucking disgrace. He's been able to stay in and watch the game.
Absolute disgrace.
Having reported it and 5 witnesses, literally all of us heard him say it, and he's still been able to watch the game. I think it's an absolute fucking disgrace. I just think it's wrong on every single level that people like that can stay and get away with it. And the steward that came up to me the first time said, all right, well, if he does it again, tell him that. I said that there can't be a next time, otherwise everyone gets 2 chances.
There can't be a next time. Okay, Judge Dredd, calm the fuck down. It's a goddamn soccer match or whatever the fuck this is. Some sport nobody even cares about except third world countries and Europe. Which is, I repeat myself. Who cares? Shut up. Go away. Genuinely befuddled that in America, no, actually people get to say that stuff. Grow up. Grow up. Welcome to a first world country, you loser. He's genuinely befuddled by this, though. And no mercy, no. We do not know. You don't just get to apologize and just move on with it. No, I'm going to have you thrown out. It is just a disgrace that you get to keep watching the football match. Ginger Karen continue. Well, he doesn't continue. Well, he got a lot of shit for this. 83,000 comments. Sorry, likes. 2,800 comments making fun of him. How is the person who reported racism getting more backlash than the guy who was racist? Because it's words and you're trying to fucking ruin somebody's goddamn time at the football match. Like, get the fuck over it. Grow up. But no, 140,000 Europeans cried about this. Very, very angry. Why am I pretending it's okay, says Nikki just in the comments. Because I don't give a fuck. Because I'm pretending it's okay because it is okay. I don't care. Be racist against a team. Who gives a shit? Let people... What is the point of even playing soccer? It is the gayest, lamest sport, okay? It's not even exciting. It's a sport that they have to break every 20 seconds or so because one of the players has to throw himself on the floor, on the ground, grab his foot, yell, ouchie, ouchie, mommy, he looked at me and now my footy hurts, and then the referee comes over and gives somebody a fucking penalty or whatever. That's what the sport is. It's the lamest, gayest sport. It is so unfun and uninteresting and lame. At least let the spectators like fucking chuck some peanuts from the peanut gallery and use some slurs. Who gives a shit? Do you think this guy would have any remark? Do you think this guy would leave the stands and go looking around for a hall monitor to snitch like, oh, he said a bad word, if it was like a black guy calling the white players a cracker or something, or like a cumskin or some shit? No. Absolutely not. He would be sitting there with his tail tucked and he'd be like, yeah, you're right. Oh, jeez. Oh. No, the reason I'm pretending it's okay is because it is okay. I don't give a fuck. I would say the same thing if it was somebody being racist against the Turkish team. Which I'm sure they were. And I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Water off a duck's back as far as I'm concerned. Can you imagine stopping to watch a sports show so you can go snitch on people? Come on, grow the fuck up. Not like the team can hear the racism over the 50,000 fans screaming, even if they could get over it. Oh no, I'm a multimillionaire. I get paid tens of millions of dollars to basically the sport, and my job is to, again, throw myself on the ground and yell, ouchie, ouchie, my heel, he touched me. Give him a penalty. That's their job, and you're getting paid like 50 million fucking dollars for that. Get over. You can get over the N-word or whatever that this person yelled. Who cares? I don't even believe there was something that horrific because the angry Minge refuses to actually repeat what it was that is said.
Leave it.
Turkey and Germany both got disqualified. How did America do? How did we do? Hello, Juanza. Stuck in 2016. Yeah, I mean, genuinely. Some of these people really are just stuck in 2016. They really think like they're gonna go, oh, the hecking racism, and everybody's gonna be like, who's his employer? Quick, we need to ruin his life. And it's just like the Overton window and culture has shifted so much since then, bro. Like, especially in America. Again, this isn't gonna fly. They're so used to this being a thing in Europe, where in Europe, of course, he could go get the hall monitor and not just have the guy thrown out, but he could probably call the cops and ruin this person's life and have them probably thrown in jail for the night or some shit, or have them pay a fine. And in America, they're like, he did what? Okay, did he actually like attack anyone? Is it a drunk who's puking all over the place? Like, what do you want us to do? What do you want us to do right now? Follow you back to the stands to like remove a person from the premises, dude? You're making a scene because somebody got too heated during a football match, during a soccer match. Just have a beer, have a hot dog, and calm down, dude. But no, here he gets called a Karen, and he's like, "Oh, I may."
Such a Karen you are.
That is the most British physiognomy. Look at this guy. The angry ginger. It was like, how long do you guys say? He's ginger too, so like he's a loose... This man is gonna convert to Islam in the next 5 years. He fucking hates Britain, he hates freedom, and he's on his just simping for the third world, I guess. Speech policing, wagging his finger at people.
I don't get this. Karen.
I won't get this.
Significant difference. Bro, if he's called Ghana shit, right, and he doesn't like the team, I get it. He's been fucking racist. I'm not going to specifically say what he said. Everyone was saying that, honestly, the things he was saying is fucking mental. Like, genuinely, absolutely fucking mental. Believe it. Such a Karen you are.
I like how even the insult is, you can obviously tell that a British person typed it. Such a Karen you are. You are though, little bro. You are a Karen. Anyway, so he defends the Ghanaians and the random fucking slum countries. Here's how they repay that favor, by the way. So apparently Morocco won against the Netherlands, so the Moroccans decide to celebrate by vandalizing their host country, who is so benevolently taking them in and feeding them. Parasites they are. Moroccans are rioting in The Hague, in the Netherlands. There's some shit smoking. I don't know what's going on. They get going around getting in scuffles, basically, with the cops trying to corral them. Well, you know, someone call the hall monitor. In all fairness, the Knicks fans did worse. Fair enough. This is why I like to stay out of sports. I was at the dentist this morning, by the way. Guy comes in, new dentist. My wife cattle prods me to the dentist. We have a new dentist. She wakes me up at freaking 6:40 or something. Says, get up, Kaya. We have an appointment and we have to leave in like 30 minutes. I said, 30? What? We have an appointment at 7:30, she says. I'm like, what fucking like place is open at 7:30? Anyway, we're there. Doctor comes in he has one of his nurses do whenever they check in a new patient, they do like what's it called, an x-ray of your whole teeth, and she checks them out just to have like the incoming patient's bare bones knowledge. Doctor comes in, actual dentist. Says, so, hey man, how about that game last night, huh? And for people like me, that's an alien movement. That's like basically some blue person from the Avatar movies coming up to me like, Sahelu. I don't understand, like, the game last night? Yeah, I didn't watch it. Here's how my autism works. He's yapping about the fucking game last night. I don't even know if he's talking about football or soccer or what. I look at his wrist and see a Casio G-Shock, and I'm like, based. I like G-Shocks. That's how my fucking autistic brain works. But anyway, he looked at me and went, oh, you don't watch it? All right, we don't gotta talk about it. Not a sports person, but, you guys do you. Enjoy it. Here's another thing that the angry ginger presumably supports. The UK has recorded its first suspected case of Ebola in over a decade at a hospital in Glasgow. Update. He has tested negative. This is an important update. How do you test positive and then negative? Did he get better? Did they treat him? If confirmed, it would be the first case in the UK since a recent outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo was declared a public health emergency of international concern by the World Health Organization, WHO. Alright, well, they got lucky there. We're not a real ally. Because you're anti-freedom of anything. You make the most harmless things an issue. You make yourself suffer over things you can't control, and then you alienate people by being belligerent. It harms all of your points when you attack people. It's very terminally online to lash out like that, says Indigo Wolf to Nikki Jess. Twitch chatter fans out. You can block people in real life over saying something you don't like. You know, it turns out you can just block people out. You don't have to listen to things. Yeah. I'm just gonna roll this into my the UK sucks in general topic. So here's some more rape gang updates for you guys. Turns out for whatever reason, actually no, the reason then I will tell you. The BBC says government cannot deport grooming gang ringleader. This is from 4 hours ago. Here he is. Shabir Ahmed was the head of a gang which abused girls as young as 12. You will never guess this, chat, but he is not British. He is, in fact, Pakistani. Shocking, I know. I bet none of you had this on your bingo board. It is, at this point, truly jaw-dropping that Pakistanis continue doing this. You know, so this exemplar of cousin marriage was the ringleader of a notorious Rochdale grooming gang, is set to be released from jail this week and cannot be deported. His victims have been told. He's 73, known to his victims as Daddy. Raped 12-year-olds, by the way. Had dual British-Pakistani citizenship, but was stripped of the former following his conviction in 2012 for multiple counts of rape and sexual offenses against girls. He will be released on Thursday, so in 2 days. And here's the thing. He cannot be deported because, due to provisions under the Immigration Act of 1971, the act says because Ahmed arrived in the UK before 1973 and lived in the country for at least 5 years before his deportation was considered, his removal is barred. Following the news, one of the Rochdale's gang's victims told how she has been left feeling scared for my safety. He cannot be deported, by the way, because he renounced his Pakistani citizenship also. So Pakistan refuses to just take him back. If you know anything about the UK, you know that the law doesn't really exist in the UK. What they have is a placebo democracy, is what I call it, okay? They make the law up on the fucking spot. This is why Keir Starmer was able to basically bulldoze through a fucking ID requirement on the internet within a week. They just do whatever the fuck they want. Their PMs, their whatever the fuck, their whole cabinet, their queen, their prime minister, the chancellor, what, anything they have. They make all of these stupid fucking fake-ass positions for their politicians. They all dress up like clowns. They all have clown dressed as judges and queens and whatnot, but they don't have a real process. Just whatever the fuck they want to do, they do. Hey, we're going to ban ACs now. We're going to ban being left-handed today. Hey, we're going to ban being 11 and not having sex with a Muslim today. We're going to ban using Twitter without ID verification and scanning your face. They just do whatever they want. If they wanted to pass a law specifically just for this motherfucker, if they wanted to sit down and say Shabir Ahmed specifically may be deported, and he may be deported this afternoon immediately, they could get that bulldozed through within hours if they really wanted to. If they really wanted to, they could have this guy fucking executed on the steps of their palace with the queen attending it and watching. But no, there is no will. There is no way because there is no will. They could do it, but they're not going to. By the way, the email adds, so this is from my notes, the email adds, routes to deporting Ahmed have been explored, but that it's not possible because he has renounced his Pakistani citizenship. Which is like, it is so mental to me It is so mental to me. Like, the people like that angry ginger can sit there and be like, oh, it is such a disgrace. No, your country is a disgrace, you fucking loser. You goddamn cuck. Your country is a disgrace. Because what the fuck are you telling me right now? Obviously, this goddamn cousin fucking inbred should not be deported. The deportation, if anything, that's like the moderate solution here, right? He should be executed. Like, what sort of logic? Is it that he can renounce his Pakistani citizenship and now everybody's hands are just tied? Like, is the UK just a sex tourism destination for people who want to fuck white children now? Is that what you are? So you can just come out of a third world slum, fuck a bunch of white children, rape children, and then he just renounces his citizenship, and then the UK government is like, well, we can't do anything, so we're just gonna have to let him go. And what if he hadn't renounced his citizenship, by the way? So you would have just bought him a ticket back? Tell me this. Was he going to get food on the plane? First class or business? Does he get a window seat? What are the parameters here? What is the limiting principle? Like, genuinely, how is this anything else than sex tourism to the UK? Some fucking retarded inbred third worlder comes, rapes a bunch of children, and you just buy him a ticket back to his home place. And the only reason you're not doing it is because he doesn't want to go back. It's insane. It's insane. The UK is literally just a child sex tourism destination now. It's like the reverse of what the... Like, for whatever reason, Australian boomers love sex tourism, right? They love going to Thailand and places like that to engage in child sex slavery, basically. They buy child sex prostitutes. And periodically, I don't know why, don't ask me. I'm not just trying to be joking about Australians. For whatever reason, it's very popular among Australians to do sex tourism in third world countries. This is just a reverse version of that. It's third worlders. It's these 70 IQ inbred retards coming here to the Western nations and just raping our children. And then the courts are like, well, but what do you want us to do? By the way, this guy apparently in court had a meltdown, saying, we are a civilized society. We are the supreme race, not these white bitches, pointing to the police officers in court. You will not get a CBE. You will not get an MBE. I don't know what those are. You will get a DM, a destroyer of Muslims. You were born 1,000 years too late. You fucked my community. You destroyed my community and our children. None of us did that. White people trained those girls to be so much advanced in sex. He's talking about 12-year-olds. They were coming without hesitation to Rochdale, Oldham, Bradford, Leeds, and Nelson, and wherever. He said the jury was taking instructions from BNP leader Nick Griffin. He pointed to prosecutor Rachel Smith and said, I curse you at night. I curse you and your family. You will understand. I curse the juries. I curse the media and most of you bitches. Your family will get it. Your family will get it. You have destroyed our community. Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, Maggie Thatcher. They're all the same. They're all on the take. They, looking at the police, are on the take. It's true. They're all bent bitches. It has to be taken by average people like you and I. They take all the money, we take all the weight. These, pointing at the police officers, they were pissed on by Theresa May. May you be more pissed on. Just having a meltdown. Having a meltdown in court saying, basically, those girls were asking for it. White people trained those girls to be so much advanced in sex. Look, I don't care. Nikki Jess is mad at me again, saying I'm going on an Asmongold type of rant. Listen, Asmongold isn't nearly as far gone as I am, okay? Asmongold is a fucking pussy compared to me. This guy and his entire family can be gassed as far as I'm concerned. You don't want to be deported? Okay, how about we just fucking snuff out your bloodline? You deserve it. Fuck you. This is the way they talk about your children. This is the way he talks. He says literally, yeah, I raped your children and they deserved it. Okay, buddy, if that's how it is. All right. You. Everyone with your last name against the wall, please. That's what you fucking deserve. I don't know why we're putting up with this, genuinely. Like, okay. All right, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you, all right? Well, like, when you have a pest in your house, like, I don't sit down to negotiate with cockroaches or, like, mosquitoes or ants or rats or mice in your house, right? That's not something you do. You just buy a trap and you fucking kill them. You use a pesticide. These people need pesticides. Actually, you know, a pesticide brand that we could employ. It starts with a Z. Alright. Let me pee and then I have some random privacy-related news for you guys. Some schizo news. I'm going to talk about VPNs, actually. Alright, BRB. Alright. Normies really think Asmongold is some sort of super turbo radical, says E-Blank. That's always what gets me too, because sometimes periodically on my feed I get Asmongold clips and it's like, Asmongold said what? And it's just something tepid like... Nothing against Asmongold, by the way, but it's always something like benign. It's not even malicious. Something like, yeah, you know, I think we should deport criminals. I mean, well, it's like, okay, if that's radical to you, you're so far, like, you're the one far gone. You know what this guy deserves? Like, this guy doesn't deserve deportation. I'm sorry to tell you, but if you think this guy deserves to just go home, which, you know that's what deportation is, right? It's just going home. If you think this guy just deserves to get on a cushy plane ride home to his apartment in Pakistan, then you are the radical. It's not Asmongold, it's not fucking me. You're the fucking radical. You're insane. What this guy deserves, you want to know what he actually deserves? Here's my non-Asmongold take for you. What he deserves is to have his mother strapped to a chair in front of him and we force her to watch while we waterboard him to death. And we film it. And then we burn that movie onto like 2008 technology like CDs. And then we airdrop those CDs into Pakistan. Okay, that's what that country deserves. That's a warning. That's what these people deserve. There's your little update on the UK. The UK. But hey, you know, this is happening. Your babies are getting raped. But I'm glad that the ginger menace, or the angry ginger, whatever he calls himself. I'm glad that he's so scandalized by somebody saying mean words at a soccer match. What is it with fucking British gingers, man? They're so deranged. Yes, pedo's bad, Kaya. Are you sure? You're not acting like they are. You're more upset about some guy making a mean remark at a soccer game than this guy fucking your children. I don't know what to tell people anymore. You're the radical. Oh, fuck, I completely forgot about my COVID topic. All right, let's do that real quick. Chat. Talking about radicalized lunatics. Ugh. There's the fucking Kiwi Farms calling me out for not doing my homework. Anyway. A 43-year-old mother drowned her 15-month-old, stabbed her husband and teen daughter, then blamed COVID, chats. Yes, it's time to make fun of Reddit today. Again, blamed COVID for a psychotic episode. A judge ruled her not guilty, by the way. So let's tune in.
Tears filled the courtroom as the mother who admitted to killing her baby daughter was found not guilty by reason of insanity following a 2-day bench trial.
As to count 1, aggravated manslaughter, the defendant is not guilty by reason of insanity. As to count 2, attempted murder in the first degree, the defendant is not guilty by reason of insanity. And as to count 3, attempted murder in the first degree, the defendant is not guilty by reason of insanity.
Moments after learning she would not be convicted, Precious Bland spoke briefly outside the courtroom.
God is good. This doesn't bring back my daughter. I'm thankful. I love my children.
God is good. God is good. Except, you know, for the daughter, you know, who ended up getting smothered in a bathtub, apparently. Drowned her 15-month-old and stabbed her husband and teen daughter. Reminder.
Prosecutors tried to prove that this mother of 6 killed her 15-month-old because she told investigators her husband was cheating.
The voices and the COVID psychosis is a fabrication and an embellished story.
The judge didn't buy it.
That theory, it doesn't make sense to me that she decided to do all the things that she did, going to all the neighbors, calling her family members, putting the kids in the water, all of it because she was angry due to some perceived infidelity.
Her lawyers
someone misunderstood Plugak.
Voices in her head and had a COVID-induced psychotic break.
Satan is a deceiver. There's so much that we don't know about COVID.
Psychotic.
Hold up.
Satan is a deceiver.
Yo, wait, is there a fucking body cam? What is her name?
There's so much that we don't know about COVID, and this was
Bland.
The first case in the country to go to trial on COVID in the defense to murder.
Bland spent 3.5 years.
Precious Bland. Look, no offense, like, I know I have a pretty girly name, and it's Kaya, and it literally means rock, but at some points, black people, we're gonna have to have, like, a discussion about these names. Precious Bland? Like, where are you going for Precious Blend? Like a coffee flavor? Like, what is this name? Precious Bland body cam. I am addicted to body cams, you guys. I cannot get enough. Oh, damn it, I don't think there is any. Is there? No, this is Sandra Bland. I don't know who the fuck that is. Yeah, this is some other lady. Damn.
Years behind bars before being released about a year ago. Now, after a judge cleared her of criminal responsibility in her daughter's death, she says she's focused on moving forward.
Just ready to get my life back together, my husband and my children, and just move forward.
What insane husband would take you back? You stabbed him. You stabbed him. Are you insane? By the way, so I've said this many times now, and I think I'm very happy that some ideas are catching on. And like, speaking of Asmongold, that guy is actually, I'm very grateful that he's putting more not fringe, but like a lesser known concepts into the public normie consciousness. Because of Asmongold, more normies are finding out about what us wokes call the bottom 1%. This is not usual everyday normie parlance, but I'm very happy that he's putting the idea of the bottom 1% out there into the ether, into the like Reddit sphere of people even finding out what that of a concept is. Bottom 2%, whatever he calls it, same idea, right? The bottom 1% oppressing us more than the top 1%. This is something that most people are simply not exposed to. Similarly, I don't know Asmongold's take on this, or any streamers really, but I'm very grateful that more and more lately I've been hearing more and more about how the insanity defense is insane in and of itself. Because I've been preaching this for a while now. The insanity defense should, A, not be a thing, and B, if it is a thing, if anything, it should be an aggravating factor. For you to argue, oh, sorry, I didn't know that murdering someone was bad because I'm literally insane and I hear voices. If anything, that should expedite your process. That should mean that we shouldn't even bother with a trial. If you're arguing that you're fucking insane, that should be an admission. That should be a complete surrender slip, right? That should be a thing where they hand you a pen. Okay, are you pleading guilty? Because that is what an insanity plea should be. Is guilty by default. Is, okay, we can skip the trial. If you argue you're insane and you murdered because you don't even know that it was wrong to murder, it should be a thing where we go, okay, no need to hire a judge, no need to waste any court time, allocating time in the courts, any time space, like a time slot in the courts, no need to set up all the video and audio equipment and the stenographer, no need for the lawyers to show up or a judge or anyone else, okay? No need to, like, for the bailiff to clock in that day. So much money saved. You want to plead guilty? You want to plead insane? Are you sure? You really want to? No takes these backsies. You're insane. Okay. All right. Well, welcome to death row, or welcome to life in prison, I guess. I don't know. But I'm very glad that it is entering more of a public discussion finally, that the insanity defense is fucking insane. And all of the things that we've grown up to learn about the insanity defense, whenever they tell you, is, do you think people who've played insanity are just set free? Are you fucking retarded? Where did you come from? This is genuinely bizarre. Yes, this woman was literally set free. She's not in an asylum. I know this because I looked this case up beforehand. Unlike you guys, this woman is a free woman now. This is why the news article, by the way, right? I don't know if you caught that. It says she's ready to get back to her family. Not inpatient treatment, not even outpatient treatment. She is entirely not guilty. This was a bench trial, by the way, which means no jury. She just goes home. to her husband and to the remainder of her family. Remember, she still has a teenage daughter whom she stabbed and presumably will stab again. No, she just gets to go home. Yes, Nikki Jess. She's literally just set free. I mean, how many cases have there now been where some lunatic stabs a woman on the subway or whatever, and each time it'll be like his 47th felony, his 47th assault, his 47th like attempted murder, and each time they're just set free because they're either too low IQ or too insane to prosecute and throw in prison. Infinite people like this. Insanity defense immediately should be an aggravating factor. Okay, not only are you like evil, but you don't even know that you're evil. You're like extra dangerous. At least the people who know that what they're doing is wrong, they have some sort of an inner drive where they at least don't want to be like doing it all the time in case they do get caught. So like they don't want to at least ruin their own lives. You're telling us that you're so fucking like broken in the brain that you don't even have that. You have no inner guidance whatsoever. Not even self-preservation. You're just a loose lunatic. You're just a maniac ready to explode at any moment. Okay, sorry, but we can't have you. We can't have you. And for the judge to go, this judge, by the way, should also be in prison. Like, forget about her for a second. This guy is way more evil than she is. She's a fucking retard lunatic. By the way, in case you were wondering, I read up on this case. You'll never believe this, chat, but turns out she was suspecting her husband of cheating. And rumor has it, there is very strong evidence pointing that she may have just straight up snapped because she thought her husband was cheating on her. So she decided to fucking strangle her 15-month-old to death and stab her husband. And then she said, oh no, it was long COVID. It was long COVID, which is a made-up condition, by the way, in case you don't know. 80 to 90% of people that suffer long COVID, quote-unquote, women. 90%. It is, I don't know the exact statistic, but it is north of 80% of the long COVID, quote-unquote, sufferers are women. And half of those are women who have prior mental conditions, prior mental health issues, like extreme anxiety disorders and... not narcissism, what am I looking like? Bipolar disorders and shit. Just extreme extreme anxiety. Hysteria, for short. And this guy should be in prison. Like, forget about her again for a moment. The lawyer, obviously also a scumbag. He knows it's bullshit. He's just standing there like, yeah, it was, she had, a pulled Achilles heel? A sore shoulder, Your Honor. No, hold on. A sore throat. COVID, long COVID, sir. She heard voices because of the long COVID, sir. Billions of people on the fucking planet have had COVID now. None of them just decided to strangle their 15-year-olds in the crib because of COVID. But, you know, this lady just out of the blue happened to want to kill her child. Body cam footage shown at trial. Hold on.
Happening right now, we are getting a look at new body cam footage. It shows the moments after a woman allegedly drowned her infant daughter and stabbed 2 other people. The video surfacing as Precious Bland's trial gets underway. CBS News Miami's Steve Major.
What reason did the judge have to not send her to an asylum? Okay, I'll show you. Or to prison, I'll show you. Precious Bland's judge explained. There is a clip of him. God damn it, where's the judge talking? That's not him. Fucking goddamn it, YouTube is so bad for finding any sort of clip now. Precious Bland's judge. Is this him talking? No. God damn it. Ew. I didn't like seeing whatever AI that was. YouTube, Twitter.
News. The room. Judge
infidelity makes sense.
Okay, here.
Told investigators her husband was cheating.
The judge said, and I'm about to play you the clip, the judge said that he just did not believe that it could have been the infidelity. He said he just didn't find it believable that she may have snapped when finding out that her husband may or may not have been cheating. I don't even think it was confirmed.
The voices and the COVID psychosis is a fabrication and
This is the state prosecutor, by the way, this lady at the front speaking. She was making the argument, Your Honor, like, come on. Like, dude. She's obviously making shit up. Like, no, you don't hear voices from long COVID, which isn't even a thing. Like, come on.
story.
The judge didn't buy it.
That theory, it doesn't make sense to me that she decided to do all the things that she did, going to all the neighbors, calling her family members, putting the kids in the water, all of it because she was angry due to some perceived infidelity.
Her lawyers argued Bland was overcome by the voices in her head and had a COVID-induced psychotic break.
Satan is a deceiver.
There's so much that we don't.
I just don't find it believable, he says, that a woman scorned. That is unbelievable to you, that she might do something to her children just to get back at her husband. Are you for real right now? But no, this lady gets to walk now. Murderer. Murderer. Insane psychotic fucking killer gets to walk. There you go, chat. Zero COVID community at it again with blood on their hands. So let's check in on them, by the way. Real quick. Oh, wait, hold on. We were going to watch the body cam, weren't we?
Jury is your report in the courtroom as her defense was put to the test.
God is coming back. Please listen to me.
Precious Bland's legal team showed this body camera footage in court. It was captured while first responders were tending to her after police say they found her 15-month-old daughter dead in a bathtub in 2021.
Satan is a deceiver.
This was a person that was suffering from hallucination, that was suffering from a mental defect.
Prosecutors charged Bland with...
Again, not an excuse. All right, so you're suffering from hallucinations that make you murder babies. Death penalty.
Murder after police say she confessed to drowning her daughter. Bland's attorney Larry Hanfield argued she was having a psychotic episode due to having COVID-19 that day. Both his expert and the prosecution's...
The idea you can be overcome by voices in your head is introducing some inane supernatural factor into the court as an actual fact, says E. Blank. Well, you can hear voices. I do believe that that is a thing. You can have some chemical fuckery going in your head. Some people genuinely have broken brains and they hear voices. I believe that 100%. I don't think that's supernatural or has to be, even if she's screaming about Satan. My point is that's irrelevant to me. I don't care if you hear voices or not. In fact, if you're hearing voices, okay, I don't care what the reason is. This has been my ongoing crusade on this debate. My point is, it's not my fucking problem to figure out, okay? No, it's not my fault because actually I was just born insane or I had a condition, I was this, I was that. Okay, dude, it's not my fucking problem, all right? My problem is you being free in society right now. That's my fucking problem, all right? You figuring out why it happened, why you heard voices, that's your problem. You want to do that sitting in your goddamn jail cell, going to the jail library and figuring out why you heard the voices? You can do that on your time in prison, in between printing license plates and breaking rocks or whatever the fuck, until we execute you, okay? That's not my problem. Why is that my burden? Why is that the burden of normal people? Why is that the burden of normal, decent human beings that we have to be like around and go, no, well, should we really blame her for something that wasn't in her hand? Should we blame her for stuff that wasn't her fault? I don't give a fuck, dude. Because at the end of the day, it wasn't my fault either. Why is this our problem? Why is it my problem? Why is it my wife's problem? Why is it my child's problem? Why is it my friend's problem? Why is it your problem, chat? Why is it any of our problem? Why is that our woe is me, it's not my fault. Okay, well, it's not my fault either, dude. And you know what? I guess you drew the short stick. I'm sorry. I guess you're insane. Whether it's your fault or not. Okay, well, I'm sorry this happened to you. I'm sorry this is happening to you. I'm sorry you were born insane. Or I'm sorry your uncle touched you or your mom didn't hug you enough. You ended up fucking insane. You ended up in a spot in your life where at 45 years old, you think it's okay to drown toddlers. Okay, well, I'm sorry, I guess, but that doesn't change the fact that you gotta go. You gotta go. I shouldn't be forced to spend years and years of my life paying fucking taxes every year so we can hire completely superfluous people into completely unnecessary positions in law enforcement to deal with you, to feed you for decades, to examine you. Hire like entire teams of psychiatrists and doctors or whatever to like examine you and make sure that like, well, was she insane or wasn't she insane? Dude, who gives a fuck? Like, did you drown the kid or not? I don't care why you did it. It is such a, like, I'm so past beyond the why. I don't care why you did, like, was it a self-defense situation? Did the kid draw, like, a shotgun on you? Because if not, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care why it happened. I don't care if you were insane. I don't care if it was out of your hands. I don't care if it felt like Satan was literally piloting your hands around the neck of a little child. I don't care. Not my problem, dude. Okay, sorry. All right. Tell someone else, okay? I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this, all right? You can't be yapping at fucking Judge Dredd with every woe is me story. No, man, I totally didn't do it. Okay, whatever. Lawgiver 2 incendiary rounds straight to the fucking skull, whatever.
The expert agreed with that theory in their evaluations of Bland.
This was not no good. This was voices that was telling her and directing her what to do.
Bland couldn't even keep her eyes open as prosecutors gave their opening statements.
She was verbal.
Donnie says maybe the husband had COVID too and that's why he cheated. He had voices in his head. Yeah, maybe. Maybe the judge needs some voices in his head. Maybe, you know, I have a voice in my head. It's called a conscience. I wouldn't let a baby like snuffer out. I couldn't sleep at night if I was like, yes, I'm going to release you. The magnanimous man I am, I would never put a murderer behind prison bars. I believe that you can be rehabilitated.
Realizing that the baby needed to stop breathing. So she was holding her down to make sure that she stopped breathing.
The prosecutor argued in court that Bland knew what she was doing that day.
COVID is not the lie in this case. There will be no clear and convincing evidence that COVID made this defendant drown her 1-year-old daughter.
Bland's husband, Evan, took the stand and said Bland was acting unusually that day.
I'm a victim, my family's a victim, and Precious is a victim of this as well.
Bland's attorneys.
Man, she got even him convinced. She got her husband convinced. What does this reporter look like? John Travolta. Anyway, she got even him convinced. RIP, rest in peace. I mean, look, man, that's your choice, I guess, if you want to take her back, but you end up with a hole in your neck. That's on you. That's on you at this point, buddy. Good luck. Here's Zero COVID. So let's see what they're yapping about. I've seen this being shared around. Partner is sick in a studio loft, and they drew a little floor plan conveniently. Look at this. They have a downstairs. They have a loft level plan upstairs. My bed. And their bed is in the, I guess, the main area. Open to below. Air purifier. Sheet on railing. What? His bed. My bed, his bed. Okay, they've separated their loft. They've separated their apartment into two. With a tarp. With a sheet. And on his side is the air purifier. Or is the air purifier supposed to be on her side? She's the same color. I guess maybe two purifiers? She says, my partner and I live in a studio loft and he has come down with something. Negative on 3 rapid tests, but I still don't want this, obviously. Drink. This is such a bingo board moment, by the way. I love whenever r/0 COVID community moments happen like this, where, yeah, my throat feels a little raspy, and, you know, as a science believer, I take this seriously, unlike those MAGA chuds who just don't take COVID seriously. So I did 27 rapid antigen tests, and they all came back negative, but I don't believe those. Okay, so you don't believe the science. That's the point. Like, why even do the test if you're not going to believe them anyway? You did 3 fucking tests to confirm and they all came back negative and you're like, I don't believe that. Okay, then just say this is a religious belief at this point. And while we're both masking 24/7 except when eating, drinking, that means they... So she didn't say except when eating, drinking, and having sex. I wanted to get opinions on our setup and if y'all would do anything differently. I'm staying upstairs with an air purifier and blankets, covering the grate railing. He's sleeping on the pull-out couch downstairs with our heavy-duty air purifier. He's not even on the same floor. She put him in the fucking doghouse down below. Holy shit. Oh, I don't even know what a loft is. I'm so fucking not rich. Is what a loft is one of those things with like an inside balcony? Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, so they have one of these like fancy apartment type deals. This is one of those layouts where you like think, when you're a bachelor, you think this would go so fucking hard, right? Like this looks so amazing. And then as an adult, you think, this would actually suck. Like you have no privacy. Like I don't always want to be in a common area. Especially if it's a small plate, like there's a kitchen right down below. Like you can't ever escape the noise or anything. Like this looks cool when you're 16 years old and you're like, yeah, man, me and my best bro, we could live here and just play Xbox all day. And then you realize as an adult, oh, this would be fucking hell. Hello, Yennefer. Oh, man, Yennefer, you missed all the UK hates. You're going to have to watch the VOD. If you live alone, this is cool. Yeah, probably. Again, as a bachelor pad, this probably goes hard as fuck, but the moments you actually long-term live with somebody, things might start being not so convenient. So he's downstairs with their heavy-duty air purifier. We assume sick particles are more likely to fall down and the HEPA air is blowing up, question mark? I don't know when I need to... Why would sick particles more likely to be falling down? What science is this based on? Fauci. Hell peas. I don't know when I need to shower or brush my teeth. I bring down my big air purifier and run it in the bathroom with the door closed for like 20 minutes before going in and unmasking. Unfortunately, we can't keep the window open a lot because we live next to a brewery, and the flies come in swarms. We've done the same setup when we had COVID a couple of years ago, and I avoided it. But again, when he had a cold last year and I ended up catching it, we weren't as careful because he was negative on Plus Life. We learned our lesson. I included a rough diagram of the setup of our floor plan, LOL. Our ceilings are at least like 18 feet from the bottom floor, probably more. Loft is probably like 10 feet up. I need to see what this person looks like. Please not be a throwaway. I need to see him. Her. Damn. Dude. You just know that Loft's level is like buckling under her weight. LMFAO, they think because cold air sinks, cold sickness does too. Yeah. Maybe, I guess? That's the real, like, just gravity at work, I guess? I don't know. When I got a rebound infection and my husband didn't, we keep a HEPA filter running in the bathroom 24 hours a day. He also showered before me and waited an hour after I used the bathroom to go and unmask. By the way, like HEPA filters, I don't know why these people all have like a pet Pokemon HEPA filter that they carry from room to room. You know, HEPA filters aren't like alien technology, right? You can apply HEPA filter to your AC vents. Do these people not know that? Like, this isn't an extra device you need to buy. My vacuum cleaner has HEPA filters built in. Like, HEPA filters are cheap. Not cheap, but, you know. You can literally get these for your AC vents and stuff. For your AC machine. You can put these wherever you want. You can put them on your fucking windows if you wanted to, really. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, but you could. And also... What the fuck is our air filter? If you get a good enough air filter, especially in a spot like a loft, you don't need multiple of them and you don't need to be carrying them from room to room. Like, one of them does a good enough job. I forget what model we have. This one. Kowei something. I don't know if it's this exact model. This seems more expensive, but we have one of these things. Look. They even use a freaking loft type thing. Anyway. I'm missing the point, I know, but, you know, it's still weird. I'm no expert here, but if you must sleep upstairs, I'd put the air purifier near the bed. However, I'd find a way to put a screen over the window so you can keep it open. Fresh air is otherwise free and will go a long way to helping reduce your exposure, and if you can't sleep downstairs instead, being closer to the fresher air, the open window, would be better. In that case, I'm not sure where I'd put the purifier. And she says, I do have an air purifier upstairs right next to my head. We have two, one on each floor. Unfortunately, our window hinges in the middle and swings out, so we actually do have a screen on the bottom half. Blah, blah, blah. We had flies lay eggs in our apartment in summers past, and that was truly hell. We decided that I should sleep upstairs so his coughing/sick particles aren't falling onto me from above. But we aren't positive about the physics of our decision. I mean, you just know she makes him sleep with a mask on, right, chat? Abundance says, I love the little Jackson icon in the top left. I sometimes forget I'm logged in as Jackson here. My partner and I share a cozy loft as well. Not near a brewery like you, though. Lucky. No, just kidding. But low-key jelly. When he was sick, I just couldn't leave him. I had to keep cuddling each night, but we made sure to wear long-sleeve PJs and mask, so there was little skin-to-skin contact, but I do think it helped me on a spiritual level to feel his body warm. I call him my Orochimaru no, what would be like a made-up Orochimaru Kashi. It's Japanese for flesh body pillow. Having a loft in a building is the equivalent of co-owning a millennial restaurant. A friend of mine admitted he liked COVID mask prawn. And my gay friend I made the same awful mask for mask joke. Otoko Ona means boy girl. Boy girl. Can I give myself a tag or something? That would be pretty good. Otoko Ono. I'm pretty sure Orochimaru is that guy, the snake dude from Naruto. Now, what is up with me? I've been hydrating too much. I have to pee again. Let me see if I need to before my next topic. Let me see what I still have. And let me see how much time I have, actually. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, how has it already been 2 hours? Time flies by, chat. Okay, you know what? I am gonna pee and then I'm gonna do a last topic before I have to fuck off for the official podcast. So I'll see. One sec. Forgetting to unmute myself like a fucking retard. Anyway, as you guys know, periodically... Why's my fucking foot pedal not working today? Hold on. Yeah, what the fuck? Please hold. Alright. Look, sometimes you guys ask me about VPNs. VPN suggestions, right? I finally have an answer to you guys, a conclusive answer, an S-tier VPN. So, the other day, I saw this tweet from Mullvad. Mullvad, the VPN company, legitimately, I'm not sponsored by them. I don't even think they do sponsorships with anybody. I've been a long-time fan of Mullvad because they're basically a no-nonsense company. They don't even do any sort of like a discount or anything. It's always been $5 a month, €5 a month, or $5 if you pay in crypto. Same VPN service a month. You can't even set it to auto renew or anything. So very legitimate. They're pretty much very clean cut. They run a very clean business, very no bullshit business. So I like them a lot, especially because you can sign up anonymously. Don't even need an email address. You can just sign up immediately. Like I can make an account right now, generate account number. There you go. I have an account now. That's how it works. You copy it, paste it, log in, and then it gives you like a crypto payments link. Easy peasy. This is how fucking easy it is to get Mullvad VPN. Okay? I like them anyway. And they also have they have a good blog. What happened to my music? Okay. They have a good blog, interesting stuff, age verification for social media. This is a very good article. I sent this to Jackson. He didn't read it because it's not a YouTube essay, and he doesn't read anything. He only watches YouTube essays because he's a stupid fucking twink with a flesh body pillow. I was on social media the other day, believe it or not, and I saw this tweet from Mullvad, replying to somebody saying, Mullvad is a political company. We fight for freedom of speech, freedom of information, and the right to privacy. These are firmly held values of the founders of Mullvad. Mullvad protects the rights for people to express things we don't agree with. We protect the right of everyone to access views we don't agree with. We also live these values by being tolerant in our daily work. Everyone is welcome to collaborate with Mullvad if they share these narrow core values. As employees, contractors, customers, suppliers, lobbyists, campaign partners, or whatever it may be. No matter what their other opinions are, and no matter whether the founders or anyone else in Mullvad dislikes them, blah, blah, blah. This is what allows us to advance our common causes. Being in a tolerant and intellectually open environment is also liberating and promotes truth-seeking. The more people do this, the better a place the world will be. It should be obvious that Daniel's private donation to a political party is not part of Mullvad's values or missions in the same way that someone's opinions on animal rights, taxes, or public healthcare policy isn't. That said, if you no longer want to be a Mullvad customer for philosophical reasons, we think it's important to honor that and we'll gladly refund you. I was like, I wonder what happened here. What are they replying to? Why are they replying like this? Last year's single political donation, 5 million kronor, went to the Örebro party. Flaman, these are all real names by the way. Flaman can today reveal that the person behind the giant donation is Mullvad VPN's founder and co-owner Daniel Berntsson. And if you click on it, it's a whole article in Swedish written how the CEO of Mullvad VPN apparently donated to a far-right giga-Nazi party. Except, I looked into this Örebro party, and they're basically like borderline communists. The only reason... What is this? The only reason they're getting called right-wing Nazis is because they have super commie economic positions, except they don't like immigration. So they're commies, or like at the very least, they're pretty hardcore socialists who are against random infinity immigrants in Sweden. And I asked AI about this, like, okay, tell me about the Örebro party, which sounds like something out of Elden Ring or something. And here's what AI told me about these guys. What the party actually is. The Örebro Partiet doesn't map cleanly onto far-right. It's a local party in Örebro led by Marcus Allard. And Allard's origins are of the far left. He was expelled from the Left Party and its youth wing in 2013 for liking the Revolutionary Front, a militant revolutionary socialist anti-fascist group. So this literally, it's like an Antifa-led group. Anti-fascist group, and refusing to disavow it. And he's described himself as a Marxist and communist. The party's economics are recognizably left-wing. Lower politician salaries based, free dental care, sure. Opposition to privatizing healthcare, State-run healthcare is ass, that's how you get suicide. Elder care, sure. Housing, sure. And Allard even back the trial 30-hour work week. Very European. This is why Europeans don't invent anything. But fair enough. 30 hours. You want to work 30 hours like the goddamn hobbits in the Shire and then just rest the rest of the week. Sure. What pulls it into controversy is immigration. The party advocates large-scale remigration, repatriation, a stricter immigration policy and assimilation. The Anti-Racism Expo Foundation labels it ethno-nationalist. And analysts have variously called it left-wing nationalist, authoritarian left-wing populism, and conservative with a Marxist stamp. So it's closer to a red-brown/national Bolshevik hybrid than a standard nationalist party. Socialist on the wallet, hardline on ethnicity and migration. Jennifer says, anything that doesn't allow hordes of third world rapists is Nazi adjacent. Well, we continue. On the rape migrant question, this is my language, that's what I asked the AI about. That phrase is charged, shorthand from anti-immigration discourse, and isn't really an accurate description of this party's platform. Their actual position is broader and more categorical than crime. The rhetoric is about origin and welfare, not specifically sexual offenses. Allard, the party's leader, Allard has asked why liberals won't deport 100,000 social welfare Somalis. And said, Sweden belongs to the Swedes. And that the country should deport parasites living at others' expense. He also said that people born in Sweden be forced to leave if they have no natural connection to Sweden, that they are not Swedish. That's the part critics point to as ethno-nationalism. So, literal communist anti-fascist leader who also happens to say, hey, if you fucking hate Sweden and you're nothing but a parasite on our system and you do nothing but rape around, leave. Well, this was enough for the Flamer.se to write a hateful article about him, to call him a Nazi, for donating. Can I get dark mode, please? Thank you. And translate it, bitch. How much did he give? Let me see. So the company Malvad is making millions of dollars now. SEK 30. How much is that in dollars? Let's see. So $32 million a year, I guess? The $5 million from Bernson. Okay, $5 million. So $500,000 US is what he donated to the communist cause. And people are very, very angry at this. And Malvat's official stance on this is, look, he doesn't represent the company. This company is for everyone. Our mission isn't the same as, like, whatever. Like, we're just for freedom. Our mission is to allow people to be free on the internet. That's it. Done. If you don't like that, we'll even refund you. Good. Based. Good company. Reset Era had a problem with this chat. I googled this issue, and one of the first results was Reset Era, and I got the Reset Era? Wow, that still exists? People still go to Reset Era for their fucking, like, political snark commentary? Holy shit, what a throwback. They still exist. I know, right? I was like, oh, wow, is it 2020 again? What the fuck? I haven't heard about these guys in ages. So they're very angry about this. The headline reads, Malvad VPN sponsors far-right Swedish political party. Again, Antifa party, by the way. Blah, blah, blah. I've been using and recommending Malvad VPN for a few years now, but it looks like their co-founders give money to Swedish far-right parties that are anti-immigration and anti-LGBTQ+. And then they paste the article that we auto-translated. Time to pick another VPN, folks. Super Famicom says, fuck, man. Fuck. Fucking hell, this is my VPN of choice. Why, God? Why? Proton forever. Please don't tell me they suck too. Christ, I liked Malvad as well. Back to the drawing board. they suck too about Proton, because nothing is ever pure enough, by the way. You can't, but not for nothing, by the way. I'm very invested in Proton, as in I'm a long-time subscriber. My account is paid off until through like 2040 or some shit. I have a Visionary account. I use all of their services. I don't use Google Drive like the regular goy. I'm a good goy. I use fucking Proton Drive. I guess, which I suppose makes me a bad goy, but you get the point, right? Love the company and what they do, but it is a very soyified company. I remember Proton wrote an entire fucking blog post about that Netflix show Adolescence. That was basically defaming British white boys as like a danger to the public. And Proton decided to write a whole article about it, about how amazing of a show it was. And how realistic and truthful it was. So, these people should love Proton, but again, not even fucking good enough. Wait a minute, I know that username says Indigo Wolf. Which one? Kid Knight? Was Molvat the one that was hard proven to not be taking logs of customer traffic because they got raided by the police and the cops couldn't find anything? Yes. But I mean, that is true of more than one VPN company. Even ExpressVPN, if you want to call it the most like, podcast promoted, one of the most podcast promoted VPNs. ExpressVPN was also quote unquote hard proven to not be taking logs. God damn it. It's going to be really hard to find a VPN I actually feel like I can trust with regards to data privacy, which again, whatever the fuck. Why would this mean that you cannot trust them with your data? Again, I don't like Proton's politics, but I don't think they're specifically spying on me. Shit, now who do I go with? Yes, also the only one that is 100% untrackable because you can straight up mail them a cash payment. I mean, snail mail is obviously much more trackable than a Monero transaction. Well, there goes the best VPN recommendation. NordVPN isn't top tier in terms of privacy in some areas, but at least they don't donate to far-right groups. Yeah, they just use telemetry to dox your IP address and your phone's hardware identifiers to Google metrics. To Google advertise. We have to do this again because nobody knows anything on the fucking internet, especially not these goddamn twerps on Reset Era. Kuket's blog. A German security researcher has done a deep dive and reverse engineered the NordVPN mobile apps. They dox you. Specifically to Google servers before establishing a connection to their own VPN servers. They dox your real IP and hardware identifiers to Google Crashlytics, Google Firebase Analytics, and AppsFlyer. Don't use NordVPN. Okay, bad idea. Molvat VPN is actually extremely autistic about their mobile apps and their desktop apps. That's why I like them. I'll set up my own VPN with hookers and booze. I don't trust any VPN anymore. You never should really. You're just working between two trade-offs. Blah, blah, blah. I'm tired of setting up a new VPN again. Yeah, not subbing again. Fuck, this fucking sucks. I'ma just log off if this shit continues. A bunch of nonsense. How did this planter shift so far right so fast? Planter? Is that a new slur I'm not aware of? Someone's pulling levers out there. Oh, for fuck's sake. Does Nord have any questionable politics? Kaya, I love you, but holy, your Discord is toxic. Oh no, what did my Discord do now? Ruh-oh. Are you getting bullied, Kevin? Kev Blocko is in the Discord. He's... Oh, thanks for reminding me. Hold on, I need to plug my Discord. I'm pretty much done with this topic anyway. I gotta go. So, here's the Discord link. Molvat based. Good for them. The founder gets to do whatever the fuck he wants with his money. It is what it is. Alright. It is a very bizarre party. Honestly, I feel conflicted. It is a communist, anti-fascist who wants state-sponsored healthcare, which is retarded, because that's how you get made, like in Canada. You get 2-year waiting lists, and you get people being recommended to kill themselves because of a broken leg. And yet he's also against immigration, so, you know. Mixed feelings. Tough call. Anyway, we got a Discord. Sometime I'm gonna do the movie night. Maybe that Uwe Ball slop, I don't know. Kev Smokes Mitt says, I just said I learned how to torrent because of you, but they just started to go off on me. Don't take them serious. The boys in there, they like to banter. They like to fuck with you. You don't let them get to you. Just banter back. It'll be okay. They can be a little abrasive, but they're good people in there. All right. I'll see you guys. Ooh. Thank you, Chungus. Kaya, can I buy you Dead Island Riptide? Fuck you! But thank you for the money. Error. Money. Error says, W stream as always, love the Euro slander. There'll be more soon. Error. Thank you for the $10. I'm gonna buy myself a shot on 4th of July. On you with those $10. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for making fun of Germany and France with me, and Reddit, and COVID, and Reset Era. What a throwback. All right. See you guys next time. Have a nice rest of your Tuesday. Bye-bye.